We're extending all the downspouts on this house. They didn't come out far enough. Got an inline sediment trap, vented. We have our pop-up emitter with the turf restrictor plate so the grass can't grow over it. There's pea stone around it with some drainage fabric, so any water that's left in that elbow can just leach into the subsoil. You can see how far out we're coming away from the house. Guys are doing a beautiful job. That vent on the top, that acts just like the vent that's on a gas can. When you open the vent, it pours the water out quicker. When you're this close to your French drain system, always run that downspout right to the French drain. Don't tie it into the French drain, just run it to the French drain. We have a few sprinkler mains we have to cut. Again, this is a 4-inch system, so we have to relocate all these sprinkler lines to get our 4-inch system in place. If you got an irrigation system, 4-inch pipe is going to make a lot of extra work for you. If you're a DIYer, you might want to consider using the 3-inch pipe and just go ahead and use the leaf filter. Even though we are putting in a 4-inch system, we still went ahead and put on vented cleanouts, and we kept the leaf filters. It's vented right here at the top, so the flow rate's going to be insane. You can remove this entire blue screen and just use this as a vented cleanout. First and foremost, that's what it is. It looks really nice. But if you keep the screen in place, you'll be able to catch all the leaves and you won't flow debris and trash through your system. Keep in mind, you're always going to be deep underneath the walkway, and I'm going to explain why. So we got a pipe that goes underneath this sidewalk. Most people go under the walk and then they come up. Then they create this giant belly. It catches all the sediment and it plugs. Look how deep this is. Went down underneath the walk. You just keep coming out. You don't bring it up right here like they did. You stay down low. Now the front yard, it's sloped. Has a lot of slope. So when the pipe is deep, if you keep running it, it eventually comes up out of the grade without it having a bow, okay? So we have a lot of slope on the front grade. We have less slope on the pipe, but we're deep. We eventually daylight. That's what that means when we say take it to daylight. You want to always daylight your drains. They have to daylight. If the grass grows over that pop-up, it can't daylight. Now you can't get the water off the roof. What happens when you can't get the water off the roof, the trough, the gutter trough fills up and it cascades and it pours over right at the foundation of the house. When you have a flooded crawl space, a flooded basement, that's when problems, that's usually when we get called. And most of the time when I go out to a house and they think they need a basement system, I'm like, no, you just need a good roof runoff system. Now, in the winter, if this pop-up ever freezes because it has water in it, even though we have drilled holes in it and we have built it like a mini dry well, if this ends up so saturated that it can't take in any more water and there's water in this pop-up and it freezes, we're not going to have an issue because our inline sediment trap, we went ahead and we vented it. First, we have a really nice pop-up to daylight. And we ran the pipe correct so that we're not holding water in a belly and catching debris. Then we went ahead and built it like a mini dry well. We have drainage fabric with stone. We have the pop-up that you can reach your hand in, and this one has no bottom to it. That freezes solid, you go upstream. Boom, you're venting right there. That's how you build these systems foolproof for the winter. You vent them. You vent everything. You have to vent your discharge line on your French drain. You got to vent your discharge line on your sump pump system. In the north, as long as you got a vent upstream, you protected yourself against freeze-ups. You can see we have a sediment trap right here that's vented. It's got stone with the fabric. Here at a lower elevation is the pop-up emitter. We did all that we could to prevent it from freezing. We made it like a mini dry well. It's going to leach any water that's left in that pop-up emitter elbow. It's going to leach away. If we have a thaw and a freeze, the ground's saturated, it doesn't get a chance to leach, and this ends up froze. Upstream, we have a vented sediment trap. That's what you want to do. If you're in the north, you want to build for that. In the south, one of the advantages to having a vented sediment trap is if the grass does grow over your pop-up emitter, say your client, the homeowner, just neglects to take care of it, life gets busy, things happen, the grass grows over this, you're going to vent at the sediment trap. Now, we use the turf restrictor plate so that grass can grow up on this pop-up emitter and not affect the outlet. We want to be able to outlet water right here. We're daylighting the water there. Now the sediment trap, we have a 4-inch circle grate. We went ahead and we used the turf restrictor on that. We're trying to buy the homeowner as much time so that we don't have any issues. Now we used our forever coupler for external. Never use an internal coupler on a gutter line. Never ever use an internal coupler on it because shingle, gravel, and leaves are going to build up inside the pipe. That is a big mistake a lot of people make. Use an external coupler and then just tape it on both sides. External coupler. So now you don't obstruct the flow. Whenever you put two pipes together for a roof runoff system, use an external. We're starting to use the externals for absolutely everything. We're not using any internals anymore in any of our systems. If you found any of this information helpful, give us a thumbs up. It supports our channel. I'm your host, Robert Sherwood, and until the next video, one more quick tip. Every connection near shrubs or trees, you want to make sure you tape it with a super sticky, super stretchy, really good outdoor plumbing tape. This will prevent root intrusion, one of the biggest reasons why roof runoff systems fail.